with the attack of the Undead event for Call of Duty World War II, we've had 2 good game modes back to back. But the likelihood of us getting a 3rd one that we truly enjoy, it really seemed too good to be true, and that was the case. Relic of the Undead is by far, it's just a horrible game mode. I mean, it has potential to be a good game mode, but I feel like it being 6v6 really holds the game mode back, and by the maps that you're allowed to play on also hold the game mode back. And the reason I say this is because there's really no incentive to keep the game moving. Once you get the relic, all you have to do is plop yourself down in a corner of the map and have your team protect you, and it's just a spawn trapping fest. And you'll be able to see later on in the gameplay in USS Texas, there's a certain point within the match that I actually get stuck in a head glitch spawn trap by the enemy team, and you really can't escape it. And especially when I'm trying to use fun weapons like the semi-automatics, you know, just trying to complete some challenges, do things a little bit differently. This game mode really just, it doesn't cater to a different type of play style, and I was able to join in the game, have no idea what I needed to do, and just kind of get the gist of it pretty quick. But just the way this game mode plays, it's just very awful. And I don't know if it's because of the people left playing World War II are the true diehard Call of Duty fans, and they're just playing, you know, the objective like they're supposed to, and I understand. But this game mode is just too competitive for the casual player. This is a game mode I think that is going to be pretty popular with the competitive community, but as far as for the casuals, this game mode, it's not friendly towards this kind of community. And Hardpoint was a good example of a nice casual playlist that was hectic and fun. Playing Hardpoint with zombies coming after you, being able to use the Tesla gun and just clear out endless waves of zombies would be the best idea ever on paper, and they actually made that game mode and it played out so well and it was so fun. Infected in this game is just so brilliantly done, having zombies actually be the infected instead of some random person on the enemy team just have literally the enemy team's uniform on and bam, they're contagious. The fact that this last game mode that they're doing for this event is gonna end like this is kind of disappointing, because after this week we have all 3 game modes, and I'm pretty sure you get double XP in every single one for everything. But the sad part is this game mode sucks, and you know, I'm not trying to bash Sledgehammer games. I feel like this was a good idea on paper, but this is the game mode, if you remember from MW3 Team Defender, where the first kill dropped the flag, and if you protected your teammate with the flag, your team got double XP and the game would continue on. But there was the same issue with that game that this game mode is suffering from. Teams who knew what they were doing would actually just plop themselves down in a nice building, throw a bunch of claymores down, bouncing betties, and they would set up shop, and there was nothing you could do. And if you were a good team, you would have that game mode in a wrap and you would win the game. But for this game mode, they have like a 30-second timer. If you hold the relic for 30 seconds, it gives you a certain amount of score for your score streaks, and the first team to have the ball for about like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I think, you win the game. And you know, on paper, it just seems like a good game mode. And in all honesty, it's probably a fun game mode if you find the right lobby where people are actually running around trying to kill the other person with the Undead Relic Ball, and the teams are being crazy and having fun and not setting up. But I really just don't enjoy this game mode of, in a sense, it's a bad King of the Hill game mode. I feel this game mode could have been better if they actually incorporate zombie AI like Hardpoint. Because what made Hardpoint stick out so much was the hordes of zombies, because it kept the flow of the game mode moving and it was never a dull moment and boring. As far as this game mode goes, it's pretty boring. Like, I know I'm being very informal with this commentary, but there's a bunch of easy fixes I think that they could do to this game mode that could actually make it better. First off, I think it needs to be a 9v9 game mode. I feel because the maps are so big in this game to a certain degree, and well, honestly, it's not that the maps are too big, it's that they give you such big maps to play on. It's that 6v6 is a little too slow. If you were to do 9v9, that would keep the flow of this game mode a lot better, and it would keep the action going. Now you might be able to say, well, what if you get a good team? The spawn trapping will be a lot worse. Yes, there is that issue, but you know what? That's okay. As long as there's more like chaos within these game modes, it'd be more fun. Another thing that can make this game mode more fun is when the zombie actually picks up the relic, a horde of zombies actually spawns around you and they follow you around the map. They kill your teammates and they kill everybody. In a sense, the zombies are your own bodyguard. And that would be pretty fun. But then that brings the question is, if you're going to have a horde of zombies around you, what's the point of having teammates? Well, in a sense, you could have it in a free-for-all setting instead of a team setting, to where whoever gets the relic gets the horde of zombies to protect them, and everyone is fighting for themselves to get the relic and win. But when you add the team element, you can use that to your advantage, where your team can go fight off the enemy team from even getting to you, and then someone does end up getting to the individual holding the zombie relic, you would be able to actually play a game of, are you skilled enough to take down a horde of zombies and the individual player, or is the individual player going to be smart enough to hide in a good spot and have his horde fight against the enemy team? You know, I mean, you don't have to give them unlimited amount of zombies, but for every 2 seconds or so, like, have a zombie spawn in to protect the individual. And if you want to compensate for that, give the zombie faster speed and less health. It's just multiple ideas to kind of make this game make more chaotic. And the Tesla gun is fun. I like that they kept it in this game mode. I don't see a purpose for it because there aren't the huge hordes, and it's just an overpowered weapon to kind of, in a sense, give your team a leg up. But like I said before, the maps that you get, like USS Texas, are just too big for this game mode, and the spots that you can hide and camp in, it's just not fun and it just doesn't work. And then the one last thing they could probably do to actually make this game mode good is only have them on small maps like Growlin' House, Shipment. I can't really think of any other maps in this game because they're all bad. Shipment, Quarantine was okay and fun. I really just can't think of any other maps. I'm doing this commentary right off the spot. I just got done playing this game mode. I did 3 or 4 games. I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on it. But yeah, that's really what they can do for the suggestions for making this game mode better. I'll put them back up on the screen and label them 1, 2, and 3 on kind of what my suggestions were, if you guys aren't paying attention, because I am rambling and I don't blame you if you're not paying attention. But besides from that, that's my little ramble on this game mode. Let me know in the comment section below how you're feeling about Relic of the Undead, if you like it, if you hate it. Personally, I'm in the middle. I don't really care, but you know what, it's a nice attempt to give something different, but it just didn't work. And I'm excited for next week when we have double XP back on Horde Point, and Infected's going to be top notch. Now, if we could just get 18v18, well, not 18v18, 18 player lobby for Infected, that'd be pretty good, Sledgehammer. Thanks.